Welcome, one and all, to round two of the BUSR AC Spring Championship. I am Ozzy Vaughn, as always. Today I am joined by a member of our commentary crew making a long-awaited return, Amir Oates. Amir, we have missed you. How have you been, my man?
Thanks very much, Ozzy. It's certainly been a while since I've commentated here in the BUSR Championships. I very fondly remember commentating in the F1 23, 24, or 23 championships back then, and also with
Yeah,
you,
yeah,
Ozzy. Fond
exactly.
memories at the Assetto Corsa Competizione Championship, which unfortunately is
Very.
now no more at the end of last year, which was really sad. It was an end
Yeah.
of an era.
It feels kind of like a come full circle moment as well, since I've kind of grown a bit as a commentator. I feel more confident taking the reins, where it was like 2 years ago I was just like, okay, I don't know anything about much about racing. I mean, I've watched F1 every now and again, but it's I think it's getting familiar with a lot of the racers, as well as like some of the formats and how Adam organizes these as well. Also, big shout out to Dan, who is not commentating as he was last week. He is still producing, though, doing fun stuff behind the scenes. So, gotta give our man his flowers. But yes, to catch up our viewers, last week we saw Josh Woolley take home the triple, winning in the qualifying as well as both races. Not 20 points for a race win this time around. It's actually going to be 40 for race wins. 35 for second, 30 for third, 27 for fourth, and so on and so forth. As such, Woolley has the overall lead. He's also leading the student class. Currently in second and leading the open class, Lyubomir Stoyanov, who has 69 points to his name. Quite nice performance from him. Leading the alumni class right now is Jordan Pinnock, who has 45 points. He's in sixth overall. But yeah, we've got 15 racers so far that have registered some scores, but I feel like there's definitely bound to be some changes in the standings as well. And it's going to be fun too, because Amir is going to, get to see how these racers interact with one another. But more on today's track. We are in Laguna Seca, my home territory of the US of A. I mean, I think the last time we did a track in USA, it was I think it was Sonoma, and I was unfortunately unable to make it because I don't know, some reason. But in any case, practice is over. Qualifying is going to be underway as the racers briefing has just ended, and we are off, and cars getting out of the pits for the in lap. A quite stacked field as well. Last year's race winner as well, Aiden Larson, who, for our student class, of course, who was recorded as a DNS, unfortunately, will hopefully be getting his stuff back together as well. There is Josh Woolley, who was our race winner for last week in qualifying and both races, hoping to see if he can extend this streak today, although he's got his work cut out for him as well. Definitely quite a few racers who are keen on taking those 40 points here, such as this man, Aiden Larson. Hopefully his Wi-Fi or whatever it was is cooperating in that number one bottle job car as well. His Discord logo on the back there as well. And, you're going to get to know him quite a bit, hopefully. Yeah, sorry, that's sponsored there. The Lenovo, you gotta love it. And Aiden's an absolute, he's a chap. I know we're supposed to be impartial to our racers, but, you can't not talk about Aiden Larson and how fast he can really get. He is trailed by a few cars as well. They're trying to get in around, and we've got our first lap times. I think it's going to be for outlaps because, yes, these are the outlaps. So I've been told by our fantastic producers. So what are you looking forward to seeing out of these cars here at Laguna Seca, Amir?
judging by from what we've seen previously, Cooper seems to be definitely amongst the driver's favourite here around. And I think it definitely seems to be the case of Aidan Larson, as I've been informed by both you, Ozzy, and Odo, by our broadcast director, really is the driver to be on the lookout for. It's got some very high praise from you two, so I definitely can see him taking an early pole position here. But the question is whether, as you said, if the internet issues do get resolved, as he tries to maximize as much of the track as he possibly can, to really get this on. And you can see already he's gapping to, I think, the car behind, navigating through the corkscrew. Extremely tricky in the TCRs, which are notorious to slide around. So it almost requires a certain precision, Ozzy, to really navigate through this area. And then just the final two corners left to go for Aidan. Is it going to be enough, do you think?
I think it will. I mean, considering that he has no starter ballast from last race, it's probably going to be a bit of a boost to his performance as well. He's about to come across the finish line with our first time. It is a 1:30.906. Jordan Pinnock behind with a 1:32.448. John B up there as well with a 1:32.86. We're getting all our times in now, starting to register in. We are properly underway here in qualifying. Josh Woolley registering a 1:31.693 for second place. Alex Hughes also joining them in the podium, a 32.169 as well. This is the early momentum. You're definitely going to see some surprises as well. Dan Chilvers as well in 9th place. Definitely a great performance as well. As we've got a new leader, Jordan Donchev. Dachkoy with a 30.593. He's only running 9 kilos of ballast as well, so I think that is definitely an aid to the performance. Jumping up into the podium as well, his fellow countryman, Lyubomir Stoyanov, with a 31.464. And he's doing this with 66 kilos of ballast as well. Definitely some early statements as well from both drivers that we've seen in the podium so far and drivers who have been itching to make their names known. But I think, all things considered, Dachkoy getting up this early, I think that's definitely something to watch as well. I don't know if it's the difference between the ballast. Maybe Danchev just knows the course a bit better. But you know, Lyubomir as well. He's definitely going to be one to watch as well. Really, this top 5, I would say as well, and this corkscrew course as well too. I don't think I've ever seen that feature in a track. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, there's nothing really like the corkscrew, really. But yeah, Danchev, really big surprise to have beat Larson by just about 0.3. That's quite a lot, especially when you consider, as you said, Danchev and Stoyanov do have the ballast since they finished the first race, whereas Larson doesn't. And the fact that they managed to outperform is honestly quite impressive. It does show that Larson has to pull off more than a few tricks up his sleeve if he really wants to try and get this pole position at hand. The corkscrew just slowly coming up next again for Larson. Again, Ozzy, just absolute mesmerizing to see how he tackles here.
Yep, let's take a look. See, getting around the first bit, trying to get around. Oh my gosh, that's like jumping moguls or something like that. But Larson getting around it as is to be expected. But you know, to your point about Aidan having a few tricks up his bag, I can definitely tell you right now, the man has got more than a few tricks in his bag as well. And the thing is, when we're talking about Danchev having a ballast, it's not really that big of a ballast. It's only 9 kilos. Aidan's about to cross the line again, see if he can improve upon that 39.06, and he will not, unfortunately, just getting 31.009. Meanwhile, a little bit of a skid there. I think we saw there from Jordan getting around that corkscrew feature as well. Again, that looks incredibly difficult to have to manage as well. We've got to jump up into third for Alex Hughes, 31.05. Very well done on that lap. Not sure where he was going there. It looks like he's pitting here. Out here in Laguna Seca. It looks very beautiful on here. I mean, I'd love to be out in weather like that instead of the snowy pits of hell that is Detroit, Michigan. As Danchev is going to cross the line, no improvement to his time, but he still has a stranglehold on pole position. Here's Lyubomir Stoyanov, 31.17 to beat, and he improves it. We got a 1-2 for the Bulgarian pair of Danchev and Stoyanov. And meanwhile, Dystopian out of nowhere, 57 kilos of ballast. He's got a 35.19. Incredible job there by Dystopian. Absolutely incredible. And considering he's third overall in this pack, I don't think that should come as much of a surprise, taking top 5 finishes in both of the races from last week, but definitely just out of nowhere. And now about 0.7 of a second separating first from second. Larson ready to cross the line again. Will we see improvement here? No, we will not. But this is definitely the kind of thing you're going to see at the BUSR. Lead changes out of nowhere. People just biding their time. Wooly in 9th place. Incredible stuff in the first session. Will he be able to make his mark on this qualifying? Crossing the line. He does jump up into 5th place with a 30.941. Excellent job. That should net him points for qualifying if he manages to hold on. But knowing this field, there definitely needs to be some form of improvement. Biggest surprises so far, Amir, for you?
Dystopian and Danchev and Stoyanov still holding on to the podium places even after Larson and Woolley have put their 2 runs in. I think I'm also surprised the fact that Larson and Woolley, I think it's, well, not also surprised considering Assetto Corsa track limits are also can be very brutal. But the fact that it's invalidated does mean that that's tire waste. That's tire usage being wasted a little bit, and it could be a bit of a warning sign, because you want to use the track as much as you possibly can during these qualifying sessions, because it's because the track temperature obviously gets hotter the more you drive, and you want to capitalize it as much as you possibly can. But yeah, I'm honestly surprised that this early into the qualifying session we've already have got 5 cars into about the 1:30 marks. And still potential for a couple more. Alex Hughes is only just a few hundreds off.
And there's Aiden Larson
responds with a 30.39. 2/10 clear of Dystopian.
That is the Aiden Larson we missed last week, making a statement as he usually does. But qualifying has not even gone past the halfway mark, so more than likely there's going to be even more lead changes. Action right now on Jordan Danchev getting across. It looks like he's about getting ready to finish off this next lap around this sweeping left turn. He did not put up any, or actually I think it might be a certain sector. I don't know, my timetable, or maybe just me stumbling over myself. But yes, I mean, that's what we expect from Aiden Larson, just being able to use every last bit of the track. You know, you talked about the tire wear as well. The road temp on here, 27 degrees Celsius, which is pretty friggin' hot. It is 9 degrees more than the actual, like, temperature setting as well. And it looks like Jordan is slowing down a little bit. Might have made a couple of mistakes, possibly going into the pits or just getting through this lap as well. But you know, something tells me he might find a way. I don't know, but he finished in the top 10 last time around. Here's Adam Bent, our race organizer, driving that black eBay livery, coming around. He's about to finish a lap, I think. Where is the track he's on? No, he's about to finish a sector, rather. But yes, Adam Bent, the man who organized our races, gave us a reason to be here. So you know, we gotta give him his just desserts sort of thing. It's just a thing you do as well. And a little bit of a smoke screen. I think that's Dan Chilvers in front of him. You know, the racer, the former commentator as well. I mean, I don't know if that's intentional, but they're about to cross the line here. We'll see if there's an improvement in times. I didn't notice it, but yeah, gotta give Adam his mandatory screen time. That's how we do it on here. Now looking at Josh Woolley, he just gets out of the corkscrew. 39.41 is his current time to beat in 5th place. It's very surprising considering the performance last week, but I don't know if he's got anything in the tank. We got 8 minutes left here as Jordan's about to get across the line for another lap time. Let's see if there's going to be any improvement. Yes, wow. There it is. 33.46. Jordan Donchev with the lead. Once again, snatching Aiden Larson's chain in real time. How about that?
Oh, he was actually so consistent. I didn't see him take any purple sectors, and but it was just so smooth throughout there from Danchev that it was just enough to beat Larson to the line. And I think Larson has responded because he's just X'd out the pits to start for another flying lap. 7 minutes left to go. This is another lead change again, Aussie.
Yes. The Kraken has been awoken. Aiden has been woken from slumber there. But yeah, you're right. Sector 1, that last lap for Jordan was not purple. There must have been some sort of improvement per se in sectors 2 and 3. Probably enough to get the lead. Here's Dystopian about to cross the line. Is there going to be another lead change? No! Dystopian, no improvement, 37.47. Meanwhile, Danchev has a purple sector 2. There's a chance he might go sub 30 if he keeps this up. Going across these next couple of sectors here, definitely seeming consistent on this track. About to get another lap time down, getting across this left-hand turn as well. Will we see improvement? I don't know if we'll see a sub 30 coming across. Yes. Another improvement, 32.03. Oh my goodness gracious, Dashkoi just keeps on improving, as that is just yet another statement for the Bulgarian.
And he's still looking to try and improve that now, almost 2 tenths up through to the first series of corners. I think that slipstream, it sometimes helps in some ways, but then can also be a bit of a hindrance as well. So you just need to kind of pace yourself accordingly, as Danchev realizes that that was too much of a gap that he couldn't recover. So he's back into the pits, hopefully for a new fresh of tires. And with about 5 minutes and around 30 seconds left to go, there's still enough time for Danchev to still go out. Same for Woolley as well. And we're now on with Larson, who's in course to try and retake back that provisional pole that he lost in the first half of the session. It's been a relatively hard challenge for Aiden, I think much more than what you and I and the broadcast director were expecting.
I mean, to be fair, last year Aiden definitely had met his match, racer by the name of Lorenzo Gualtieri, who won the Winter Series. So I think that kind of tells people that, Aiden can make mistakes. He's not, a perfect driver, but he's definitely good out there. Sometimes you just got to be able to beat him somehow. Stoyanov with no improvement. And I think Larson crossed the line as well. No improvement for him either, as he's about to start a second lap. But yeah, it's pretty interesting with the lead changes as well. Just following around, making sure things are going here, as it looks like Dystopian is on the heels of somebody. I'm not sure who that is. In the 72 car, I believe that was Justin Nguyen, one of our student class racers, I think. But I could be wrong in that sense. I'm still trying to get the numbers down. No, I was right. You know what? I take back everything I said. Screw you for thinking I was wrong.
Well done. Congratulations. Yeah. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Yes. But yeah, no, Justin's been a regular as well. Definitely put up some nice times as well. Dystopian, we're back with some more action on him as well. As in the background coming up, hopefully that will be a sign of something for Josh Woolley. I believe that was Dystopian coming around the track, trying to see if there is any way he can improve. He needs at least a 3/10 improvement. As Josh Woolley coming around, Dystopian in the pits, and Raul Yagas with a surprising lap right there, 37.62. Woolley is now on the precipice of just not scoring at all in this qualifying session. Raul, one of the late entrants last series around. That's definitely got to be a lift of his spirits. Flying that Filipino flag on the back of that Hyundai Elantra as well. The man's repping his country, and he's one of 5 now, currently ahead of Josh Woolley. Action, we're now following our second place sitter so far, Aiden Larson. He needs to improve past a 32.03. Considering this is a gap of almost 2/10, this is going to be challenging. You got to find every last bit of track that you can in order to improve. You got to find that perfect line as well. And considering that, according to my timetable, Danchev's got another purple sector 1. I think this might put a bit more pressure as well, but, Aiden probably doesn't know that info, so definitely trying to improve any way he can. The Australian getting around that corkscrew, finishing Sector 2, 29.294 on that regard as well. And meanwhile, Alex Hughes has just pushed Josh Woolley out of the top 6 with a 39.27. That's gotta be an absolute just dagger to Josh Woolley's scoring hopes. Aiden Larson ready to cross the line. Stoyanov improves to second place, and Aiden Larson will not improve either. Stoyanov with a 2.76. Absolutely incredible finish right there. Stoyanov seems to have Larson's number in this qualifying session.
We're talking about fine margins. I was just reading Kisis joins into the 130 club as well in his Honda Civic, but we're talking about fine margins. Josh Woolley is just missing out to Alex Hughes by less than 0.02 of a tenth. And
That is
the difference between pole position is almost 0.75 of a tenth itself, which is that's so close.
It is very, very close, and it's I've seen soccer league tables with less spread than this, but this is still ridiculous. Josh Woolley coming around, gotta get up and get on that high horse to get into first place, considering that there have now been 6 drivers to snatch his chain through this qualifying session. Less than a minute to go. Can Woolley improve on his time? He does, but only by 0.002. Are you serious? Talk about fine margins again. He does have time for another lap. Alex Hughes ready to cross the line. Is there going to be improvement for him? No, he stays in 6th place. Here comes Stoyanov. Does not improve either. Larson into first with a 30.085. Larson with a last-minute statement as per usual. And now the Australian with an opportunity for the 6-point snag in pole position. We're into overtime, ladies and gents. Josh Woolley still on the track as well. Kessis has overtaken Woolley as well into 6th place. Woolley with a 39.39 needs to improve by about a second in order to get that first place position. So many lead changes in this session, it's ridiculous. Jordan Pinnock, our current alumni leader, with a 31.592 coming across the line. Will he improve on his time and get into the top 10? And he will. Yes. 31.2 even for for Jordan Pinnock. Tom Hughes about to cross the line. One of 3 Hugheses you'll see in this race. Does not improve his time. Stays in 12th place. Yes, and speaking of Hugheses, we've got Alex Hughes, Tom's twin brother. Josh is their cousin as well. Alex in 7th place, ready to cross the line. Will there be improvement on his 7th place time? There will not. Does a sick burnout, though, in the process. Here's Dystopian coming across. Half a second to gain for pole, and gets an improvement, but not enough to overtake any other drivers. It's going to be Larson, Danchev, Stoyanov, Dystopian, Yagis, and Kessis in our top 6. scoring, pending any changes here from Justin Nguyen. No, it's not going to happen. But there you have it, an absolute banger of a qualifying session, as we've got our 6 drivers with points as well. This is just, oh my goodness. If we're setting this up for these 2 races, I think we're in for some more action. We were in for action last time around, and I feel like this time is going to be incredible as well. Your top 10: Larson, Danchev, Stoyanov, Dystopian, Yagis, Kessis, Alex Hughes, Josh Woolley, Meet the Teacher, and Jordan Pinnock for that grid. And a reminder as well, the top 10 of race 1 will be the reverse top 10 grid for race 2, as is the usual dealio in these BUSR series. So, Amir, are you not entertained, my friend? Goodness.
I'm surprised. I thought, for how much we talked about, I really thought Larson would dominate, but he really needed to take it until the very last lap to get pole position, and even so, it wasn't even that far off that gap. The gap was only about 1/10, which is still really, really close. So Danchev and Stoyanov really, really gave it their all. And the fact that they traded pole positions even amongst themselves, and Larson was almost out of contention. He was out of the top 3 at one point with Dystopian's improvement. It's just, what a great qualifying session that was. I mean,
yes, it was. And considering
I'm looking at the grid, it's super hectic for how many people pulled into the 130s. And I think it might be even more impressive to see who will come out on top in both the races as well. Because Laguna Seca it's a little bit harder to overtake, yes, but if you're opportunistic, you can definitely get some places. Turns 1, the 2 final corners, there's 2 straights as well, 1 before the corkscrew. If you're very, very ahead, maybe you can do it. But I'm just amazed, Ozzy.
Yeah, well, that's probably going to be a taste of what's to come. Considering all this chaos, I would not be surprised to see a red flag in one of these 2 races on lap 1. But there wasn't. We didn't see one in Sydney as far as red flags, but it was clean, but it was still very hectic as well. And Aiden Larson, whenever he's won races, especially in last season, barring a couple of races, it has not really come easy for him. But it's it's just getting surrounded by a pair of Bulgarians is definitely something he can now say he has had. But yeah, wide variety of racers in this BUSR, whether they be students, open racers, alumni, and it's a community that has been not giving us any sort of relief in terms of just taking a chill pill and actually not doing anything. You're gonna have action everywhere you go, pretty much. As far as predicting the winner in race 1 in this 20-minute race, do you have any predictions?
I wish I could. I think it's hard to bet. It's hard to bet against Larson, but I think Danchev might do it. I think
Danchev or Stoyanov. It's probably gonna be some Bulgarian domination up in this. I mean, if you are to be trusted with the power of prediction, as getting these right does not come easy. Of course,
it does not come easy.
It does not.
The impressive thing is Stoyanov, 66 kilograms of ballast, and still finished 3rd and
in the top 3. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So I think the fact that he managed to qualify even in the top 3 alone, let alone as close as he was to Danchev and Larson, is, I think, quite incredible. I am a little bit surprised for how much Woolley suffered, though. I expected Woolley to be in about the top 5, but 75 kilograms might be a bit too much. And considering that the other, the top 3 is held by the Cupras, and Josh is the only one in the Peugeot, so he's got no one to compare himself to.
Right.
maybe the Peugeot just struggles a bit more in the balance compared to the Cupras. And if
Could
you
be.
discount the Cupras, the Renault for Dystopian and the Honda of Genesis makes up through the top 8 as well. So it's also a manufacturer war as well in this case.
Very much so. We've got less than 13 seconds up into this very first race. Lights are going to be flipping on at Laguna Seca. As Angus Fender says, it's Wagwan, and away we dank. Getting into this green flag, it's still Aiden Larson with the lead. Danchev back into his right here, and we might see some overtakes early on in here. Little bit of chaos coming around this big turn. About to see them go into this 180-degree turn right here. Not seeing as many crashes as you would wonder. Oh, a little bit of contact near the middle of the pack there. Shifting around there. Here's Kessis in the 6-7 livery. There's okay. We got a couple other cars driving off here. Justin Wynn just driving through the chaos as if it was any other Monday. Meet the Teacher in 7th, trying to keep up as well. Definitely showing off some racing skills last week as well. Here's Yagis going up into 4th place behind Danchev, Stoyanov, and Larson as we are almost through the first minute of this race. Coming into this next turn, Hughes trying to make a move on the outside. Is it going to be successful? Meet the Teacher doing the same for Dystopian. Coming across the turn, side by side, too wide into the corkscrew. Little bit off there. I don't know if that's going to be. And okay, might have been a bit of contact briefly as I looked away at the table. It's still Larson in 1st place. Woolley is down in 9th place, falling off harder than the Roman Empire. Dan Chilvers going into 12th place in that 9-5 livery. Here's Stoyanov in 2nd, trying to overtake Aiden Larson potentially on this straight. Danchev is behind him, coming across the line, registering our first times. Aiden Larson, of course, with the fastest lap with a 1:38.667. Bit of chaos still after this first lap. Look at Dystopian trying to get up in front as well across Meet the Teacher, who is fighting off brilliantly. Bit of a cluster coming into this next turn. Surprisingly, no contact as far as I can see here. Here's Josh Hughes in 17th with Just Man NG behind, trying to get a little bit past that 44 car. I don't know what kind of plan's going on here, but you know, that livery's pretty sleek. Dystopian trying to get around. And a lead shift, and that is Kessis into the wall. Oh my goodness gracious, that's gotta stink. Getting into the wall right there, oh man, that's just, you hate to see that. John B here in 8th place. The Swansea men in, okay, just a little brief skid off of there. I mean, I guess commentators curse even when you don't want it to happen. Getting across, definitely sponsored by okay, a little bit of a skid and such there from, I think that was Dystopian in the 128. Yes, that was. Now behind John B, barely ahead of Pinnock, who is ahead of Woolley in 10th place. Yeah, and I don't know if Woolley's playing the long game, trying to get podium into the next race, but every point counts in this.
Oh dear!
Championship. Okay, little bit of a crash around there. Oh my goodness gracious! And Kessis now ahead of Woolley, who's in 11th place. He's got some making up to do, as we are now through like 2 or 3 laps. I'm starting to lose track of things very easily with how much carnage there has been. Not enough carnage to get a red flag, but Adam Bent definitely having his work cut out for him. I don't know if there was contact there. That would be crazy coming from the man who organized this race. Oh my goodness gracious. Danchev in 3rd place, still trailing Stoyanov and Larson. Danchev was purple through Sector 1. Could be a sign of things to come if there's any sort of mistake he can capitalize on. Top 3 separated from the rest of the pack by about 3 1/4 seconds coming into the corkscrew. Danchev trying to keep pace with his fellow Bulgarian countryman, Lyubomir Stoyanov, trying to get a bit of ground up on Aiden Larson as well, trying to use the slipstream, I think, as well, getting across this next turn. registering another purple sector 2 as well for Danchev. He's making up time as far into this lap as the start finish straight, getting into the line. Don't be surprised if his entire lap goes purple too. Stoyanov, then Danchev. Like I tell you, that's just the power of the slipstream, I think. Oh my goodness gracious.
It really, really is. I was just looking over for the massive instances we've had. Yeah, Josh really seems to be off the back foot. Dystopian, that qualified so well as well. Also suffered. And Isis as well, just actually recovered. And still the racing is going on, but this is completely warped the midfield, which in case we got Meet the Teacher, Pinnock and Hughes, and John B holding on to 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th respectively, with the faster drivers like Wooly and Dystopian 11th and 12th, and that is a bit of a commitment and a half. Off onto the grass he'll go, and safely rejoins, but loses a couple places in the process. A bit unfortunate, but no harm done though.
Yeah, I mean, definitely an interesting sight to see as well. Brief skid there as well by Pinnock. John B in 9th place, following, trying to get around Kisses, and it looks like Kessis is still ahead, trying to overtake into 9th place as well. Could play that long game as well with the reverse grid. John B getting around. Okay, and that, I think, was that Wooly? Was that Wooly? Yes, Wooly was involved in that crash as well. Oh my God, Josh Wooly's luck just keeps on running out. Got a feel for the guy. And Aiden Larson taking over with fastest lap in 1st place as well. John B in 10th place. We've got crashes everywhere you can possibly look at. Oh my gosh, that's, I mean, I don't know if this is standard Laguna Seca procedure, but that's definitely a very, very unfortunate race so far for some of these racers. It's just, you really hate to see some of that. Coming around Dystopian and John B with a nice prevent to stop an overtake from Dystopian, who, you know, like you said as well, it's been a really bad fall off as well. And coming around as well, the Irishman Fabian McKeon in that pretty good livery, I will say. That is pretty sleek. Meanwhile, we take a look back at the Bulgarian partners of Danchev and Stoyanov. I mean, actually, I think they're on the same Shestogram Racing as well. Coming around this corkscrew, Danchev is hugging pretty close. Larson's been gaining time as a result of some of this conflict as well. Danchev trying to ride the slipstream, goes briefly on track, somehow manages to rejoin as well. He loses a couple tenths of a second as well. Stoyanov holding his ground as they're coming around the next turn, going into the start-finish straight once again. Larson could very much improve as well on that lap time as well. No, he's not going to improve, but that's still a pretty fast lap as well with a 31.5. Danchev still trying to catch time on Stoyanov as well. He's got less ballast as well, so that definitely helps out as well. Using that heavy brake and trying to make a move around the outside of the turn, but just fought off brilliantly by Stoyanov. Coming around this next turn, they're trying to hold on tight. Oh my goodness gracious, this back and forth between Stoyanov and Danchev. You can only wonder what's going on in radio comms. Definitely might be some some interesting conversations as well. Around this next turn they go. Oh my gosh.
It's the more that they continue to fight as well. You can just see Larson is slowly gapping up. It's now gone up to 3 seconds. Cases trying to look down to the inside of Thomas. Useless is going to be in the battle for P8. Going to go right up through the hill. And then another 90-degree left-hander upcoming, and Gasius just needs to stay behind and just utilize as much of the slipstreaming as he possibly can. The corkscrew has already showcased what happens if you just overcommit to it and not overtake properly. So Gasius, I think, has been affected by it. Will commit down to the inside.
Oh, yeah, that's contact.
A bang is a fine. A bang is a fine. As he's going to look down to the inside. Surely it might be enough momentum to make it stick. But he's not going to try and let it go.
Oh my gosh!
Just off track, but manages to keep it on track though. Bowser has lost the place. Oh, I thought that was Danchev and Larson exchanging places. That is Stoyanov actually making way for
Yes,
Danchev. I think
Stoyanov's
maybe a bit too
behind.
wide out through the
Yeah.
first corner, and that will mean that Danchev has to do his best to defend from Stoyanov. Intense dueling that we've seen here, Ozzy.
Yeah, it's been a very hectic with some of the place shuffling as well. You know, and that was a great move as well by Kessis. My goodness, Vilman the villain, I guess you could call him, with that incredible defending as well. Stoyanov losing like fractions of a second, but he's still keeping pace as well with Danchev as they're about to get into this big sweeping left-hand turn coming around. Getting into, I think they're approaching the corkscrew as well. Larson now over 3.5 seconds. He is absolutely just running away with this first race. Bulgarians going through the corkscrew. Stoyanov still on the back of Danchev, trying to get himself back into second place. Little bit of a mistake around there, coming around this next turn. Goodness gracious, Danchev still in second place trying to fight off. It's about half a second. It's been between 4/10 coming up into this next lap as well. And it's now about 4 seconds. I think, well, it was. Now it's 3 3/4 now. Larson is just absolutely cruising as well. Coming around this next turn here as well. Looks like, might have been a brief thing with the timetable as well. As, yeah, still, I think we're starting to see everything sort itself out as well. You know, barring some massive collision that could take place in the, you know, in the latter half of this race. We've got about 8 minutes and 40 seconds as well here. Stoyanov is still trying to hold on and get something away here. Hughes-san and Thomas Cannon coming across the line here. That's a nice looking livery right there by the 420 car. Trying to come... Okay! I did not notice the side of that there as well. Definitely, I can, I've noticed a couple characters. I can guarantee you Hughes-san plays Mahjong. As that's going to be, I think, yeah, he's just overtaken the light blue car. 578, who is that? That's Cannon. Into 17th place. So still some action at the back of the pack here as well. Nice little move. Gonna get away from it as well here. Here's Raul Yagis in 6th place in that bright blue Hyundai Elantra, trying to get some traction around this turn and catch up to Meet the Teacher, who is, I mean, the two of them have been having some like weird intertwining paths. They joined the first AC race last series at the same time, and it seems like they're always like in the same parts of the table. It's kind of weird. I don't know if it's fate or anything. Meanwhile, getting across this turn as well, trying to get into the top 5 is Yagis. Meet the Teacher still fighting him off brilliantly, coming into the end of the first section as well, coming up here. Incredible fight so far as well, coming in to the next section as... Oh my gosh, I just repeated the same thing. Right. You comment so long, it's you're gonna start sounding like a broken record. Into this into the next hill around this straight as well. Yagis still holding on. I don't know if he's just trying to figure out when the optimal move is going to be to take over Meet the Teacher, but still a brief bit of time here coming around the corkscrew. Okay, a little bit extra gained on that. Nicely navigated by Yagis. It's about 0.2 of a second. Definitely room for an overtake now. Once the time will arise, coming around the turn. What a move by Meet the Teacher to fight off that challenge. And it's gonna be a challenge into the next part of the lap. The start-finish straight. Is the slipstream gonna be ridden in for a possible overtake? It looks like so far no. Coming into the turn, trying to make a move outside. I don't know if that's gonna work out. Meet the Teacher meeting the moment, trying to get around. We could see a switchback in the works as well. Coming around, trying to get inside. I don't think that's gonna work out. And still behind. Great defensive maneuvers by Meet the Teacher. Yagis still with a little bit of time coming around. John B and Dystopian now around this couple of S turns here. And good fight off as well here. Trying to go now across this turn. Still fought off well by John B. Goodness, what a couple of moves here as well. And now Dystopian taking back over. John B now back in front. Switching back, these two drivers are. On the outside now is Josh Hughes, who gets between the two, the madman. Coming into this next turn, we've got a three-way battle for P10, and that's important because that means pole position for the second race. Hughes still fighting off Dystopian behind. John B in 10th place right now. Don't know if he's going to have an opportunity to get much time out of this one as well. Denchev with the fastest lap briefly as well with a 31.01. These three cars still fighting across, getting past the corkscrew into the big sweeping turn here as well. And it looks like they're getting really close here. I don't know what moves we're going to see across this next turn. Looks like they might go three wide. We got a three wide situation. Hughes looks to be in front. No, it's John B. They might go back into that formation that they had earlier. And it's John B. They go three wide into the start finish straight. Oh my goodness.
Still hit by here comes Hughes though. Gonna look around for the outside Hughes in turn one.
And I don't know if he's gonna get that though. It looks like he's getting past as well. He might try and take advantage here as well. Coming across this turn, and he loses out of position to Dystopian for the time being. Still side by side now with him. John B in front of this pack. Still maintaining pace with Dystopian around that next turn. Oh my goodness gracious, these three are just going at it all of a sudden now. Josh Hughes joined this fight and said, I choose violence. Archie O'Leary as well coming up on these three. We could have a four-way battle for this 10th position, which is pretty interesting validation for the reverse grid. Going on the outside now is Hughes, trying to make a move on Dystopian, fighting it off as well, just does not have the line. Coming into this big sweeping turn as well. They're about to get into the corkscrew. Still a minuscule gap between them. No contact somehow, as that was an interesting move there around that corkscrew as well. Dystopian, brief contact. They go bumper to bumper into the next turn, and it looks like Archie O'Leary is about to join this fight. Potentially. Goodness gracious. Coming into the final turn of the lap here, it is still John B in front. Still around is Dystopian and Josh Hughes. Could see another big move into this turn. More contact as well, as that is a big hit right there. Coming around, and Hughes is going to take 11th for the time being. Switchback could happen as well. I don't know if there was contact that time around. Archie O'Leary joins in. And now, 2 wide into the turn. Hughes gets the position out of it. 4 in a row now here, trying to go at it, separated by about a second in total. Archie trying to make a move on Dystopian. Brief corner-to-corner contact there as well. Going into the turn, this is getting nitty-gritty coming into this next hill. Oh my goodness, Josh Hughes still in between a few cars as well, trying to catch John B. I don't know if he's got the room to make a move here, but Dystopian trying to perhaps capitalize on it while not giving up any precious time to Archie O'Leary. There's more contact! Cars coming off! Josh Hughes into the wall of the corkscrew! That's gotta stink! Dystopian in 11th, Archie O'Leary into 12th place. Oh my gosh, this is just mayhem in this race now. Coming across, Dystopian trying to make a move now. Josh Woolley is coming into this as well. Final turn of the lap. Here comes John B, Dystopian, and Archie O'Leary. It's still John B in 10th place. This is an incredible battle. I mean, it's for 10th place. But yeah, coming around the next turn. Excellent defending still from John B. Dystopian trying to line something up as well. Josh Woolley getting himself involved as well as he catches up.
Can he do it this time?
Oh, can he?
still cannot.
No!
He still cannot. John B has
John
defended
B.
absolutely impressively so far, I must say. Even though it's come a bit wayward in the corkscrew. But the fact that Dystopian is still in the midst of battle with John B, and look at it, still going to go side by side, pushing through to their second sector though. Dystopian is giving his all, but the timer is slowly ticking down.
Yes, that's right. We've got less than 15 seconds now.
John B's gone wide!
Wow, he
He
has!
finally got it! He's broken into the top 10!
It might not be the end of John B's woes. He's still got Archie O'Leary and Josh Woolley on the back as well, coming through this corkscrew as well. Here's Archie O'Leary still sandwiched between John B and Josh Woolley. Oh, don't know if there was contact there. That was pretty.
No,
that was pretty. Coming in, and it looks like John is still trying to fight off as well. Dystopian is milking this cow till the slaughterhouse, now with about a 2-second lead here. Coming into this next, oh goodness gracious, looked like a photo finish at that point there. Coming into turn 1 as well. Archie trying to go outside. Maybe the cutback is possible. I think there might have been there is contact there. Archie and Josh Woolley with contact coming in there. Oh my gosh. Meanwhile, there's still 2 laps to go as well for the lead as well. Still so much to play for in that Honda Civic from Archie O'Leary, still trying to get, don't know if that move's gonna work out. Behind still is Woolley trying to get an additional place here, and Dystopian's just in the background now, chilling out. Got that 10th place seemingly wrapped up as well. Aiden Larson is now on his final lap, looking to seal off the victory and the comeback for the ages so far. Here is you. Oh, no, wait. No, that's O'Leary. A little bit. Excellent defending on the corkscrew. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Well, he almost looks down to the inside. Is going to hope to continue side by side. But no, O'Leary just about beats him off to the penultimate corner. Although, a bit too much on the ground will come for the final one. Is this the opening that Woolley has been looking for? Side by side coming around for the final corner. And actually, Woolley has still got to have a little bit of momentum, but just I think the wider line just means that he has to go back to beneath Archie. But this is good news for John B, though, because he's now pulling just ever so slightly away from these two, charging over down into the inside. Woolley has wide, and that will allow for Woolley to take a place.
What a move right there. That was incredibly fought there. Oh my goodness gracious. And car on the side there, not sure who that was. I think, it might have been Sam Knight. Shout out. Coming into the next turn here as well. Aiden Larson is on his final lap at this time. And he has finished. Aiden Larson with the win. Danchev in second. Stoyanov in third. And it's going to be Alex Hughes in fourth. Meet the Teacher in fifth. I don't know what Lucas Vandenberg is doing up there. As coming across now is the number 12 car of, I believe, Thomas Hughes. As Yagus finishing as well. It's Jordan Pinnock with 7th place. It looks like Meet the Teacher. There's Kessis in the 8th. He has finished as well. It's Thomas Hughes coming up. No, that was Alex. It looks like. Here's Thomas Hughes coming in that number 9 car. Dystopian taking 10th place and the reverse pole. And it's going to be John B in 11th, Josh Woolley in 12th. Adam Bent taking over 13th place from Archie O'Leary. And Hughes-san will potentially take the final position. No, it looks like Igor wins out on it. That's incredible stuff there. But yeah, that is it for that lap. So Aiden Larson, welcome back. We've missed you dearly.
Fantastic. Honestly, really, really great race from Aiden. I think it was maybe a little bit hard for him at the start to find off from Denchev and Stoyanov. When that these two started to fight amongst themselves, it gave Larson all the more cushion that he needed. And he really took and ran away with that even when I think the faster the Bulgarians did eventually come out on top, Larson was just way too far away to make anything of
Absolutely.
it. And great race from him. A great race to
Yeah.
everyone as well. Meet the teacher and Hughes, especially for navigating past through the hecticness of the start. And they also come out as one of the big victors as well. Same with Legas and Pinnock as well. But then also big also mentions to Casius, Dystopian, and Willie for recovering up for the field as much as they did, given,
Yeah.
given the first lap incidences.
Absolutely, and surprisingly, not enough either for a for a red flag. But I guess we just take those as well. So now, and Larson as well. With the or no, I believe that was Danchev with the fastest lap here as well. So that's an extra point as well there. For Danchev, 40 points going to Aiden Larson in this endeavor. Not going to be a perfect triple, but the treble could definitely happen here. So race 2, it's going to be a reverse grid, so that means Dystopian will be the number be the 10th place finisher, first place starter. So oh my god, I'm just stumbling over my words just from how incredible this has been so far. You absolutely gotta love it so far.
Should we take a very quick break and then we'll regroup for the second race?
Yes, I think this deserves an ad break. Big thank you, as always, to GridFinder for sponsoring this stream. Easy to use interface. So easy an American could use it. That being said, though, but yes, race 2. I don't know if we're gonna be seeing more of the same or not, but goodness, it's definitely going to be hard to top what we've seen so far. I think this is also putting Stoyanov into first place as well overall. According to what I've got so far, I think that's going to give him 103 points so far. So very good start for Stoyanov. Danchev getting his points total up here as well. Just trying to see what I can do in terms of the stats tracking as well so far. But it's very good racing, especially on such a difficult track here as well. Do you think Larson's going to be able to get that 10th to first in this next race?
Oh, is he? That's a good question.
Because we've seen, right? He's able to, once you give him first place, he's able to hold on to it in this series. But is it going to be enough as far as, because he can overtake pretty well, but I don't know if he's going to be able to overtake this massive pack he's got ahead of him. I'm sure he'll definitely be savvy to prove me wrong. But we'll definitely have to see where this will take us.
I will say for sure from the calendar here in the spring series, the track that is probably the hardest to win from 10th, Laguna Seca, is definitely the highest. Sydney is quite easy because it's a fast track, so you got slipstream. Thruxton's also somebody quick. Atlanta has a long enough straight to capitalize. Same with Istanbul. Knockhill's really quick and short, and Brands Hatch is, I think, actually Brands Hatch is probably the second most difficult, but I don't think anything can come as hard as Laguna Seca, given its short width and stuff. I think it makes it all the more difficult. And on top of that, we haven't really seen Larson, at least this season thus far, make overtakes in the race. As you said, it's easy to start.
He hasn't needed to. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's easy when you start from pole and then lead it, but it's a completely another thing to try and hold on to it. So I don't think Larson would get the win, although I think he'll come very close, in my opinion.
Well, we're about to find out. Lights are on for race number 2. Dystopian in the pole position, followed by the Hughes twins of Thomas and Alex. We are underway for the second 20-minute stint here. Coming into the first turn, Dystopian leading, still holding on to it, and getting away with it so far. Kessis and Yagas behind. Yagas into second place briefly before being overtaken again. I'm not seeing any major incidents so far. I'm sure, okay, you know what? There's a car on the screen there. Gotta love the commentators, Jinx, as we are...
Well done. Well, look what you've done.
And I think that was Raul in the background going off briefly as well. So, yeah, we've got some brief action as well. Larson trying to hover around, at least stay alive for the time being. He's in 9th place ahead of Wooly, trying to catch up to Yubomir Stoyanov and Jordan Danchev in 8th and 7th, respectively. Thomas Hughes, meanwhile, has overtaken the lead. Still trying to fight off. He's got Meet the Teacher and Dystopian as well in 3rd and 4th place. Danchev in 7th, trying to overtake Jordan Pinnock. Meanwhile, Larson does overtake Stoyanov coming into this corkscrew as well. We had brief action as well.
Oh no!
We've got a car briefly off there. Pinnock trying to catch up to Alex Hughes, take over a top 5 spot, gets on the inside of him. Meanwhile, joined in by Danchev, we've got Wooly trying to catch up to Stoyanov and Larson. Coming into this final turn of this first lap here, we've already got chaos, ladies and gents. Dystopian with the fastest lap, back up into 2nd place after losing pole briefly, trying to catch up to 1st place of Thomas Hughes, and we've got some, oh man, he's got company all around him. Not yet much of a spread out as well here. Meet the Teacher is in 4th place, as I've just got an Outlook notification.
17 and 45 seconds left to go. Bit of a contact though. Alex Hughes goes briefly sideways as Larson still tries his best to navigate through the pack, but here comes Stoyanov though to the 2nd sector. He's going to try and have a look down for the outside. Larson hasn't given the room, as he will do so, and Stoyanov, hopefully with the snitched up Hughes, can continue to go a bit sideways up ahead. That is Danchev and Pinnock going briefly together, and look at this, 3 wide. Hughes makes his way up into 5th with an impressive overtake right before the corkscrew. Larson will follow through suit. He will join him on 6 as well, and that brief contact between Pinnock and Danchev both made them cost 2 positions.
That is incredible, and the slingshot as well coming up as well from Alex Hughes. That is just meeting the moment and getting the overtake in a split second where you've got no other opportunity. Absolutely great stuff as well too, and mistakes are proving to be costly in this track of Laguna Seca. Still in 1st place Hughes, as, oh my gosh, that was 5 racers who briefly held on to the fastest lap here. They mean business coming into this next lap. Brief contact, Larson and Hughes. Oh my gosh. Danchev as well might have been involved as well. Pinnock is in here. We've still got no dispersion from these racers. They mean business. It is, what, the 3rd or 4th lap, and there is still not a single gap between racers in the top 10 that has surpassed a second. I mean, that might change between 4th and 5th as well. Larson side by side with Hughes, fighting off brilliantly. This entire top 10 is just in a mob rule right now. Larson getting around here. Meet the Teacher in 3rd place ahead of Kessis. Dystopian. There's a nice move there. Oh my gosh, that was Alex Hughes coming in hot. Danchev and Larson side by side into the corkscrew. Oh my goodness gracious. It is still Oh, okay. And great contact
round.
Contact as well. Cassis and Larson contact. Oh my gosh.
Larson just lost one position just from that brief little contact alone. Pinnock looking down to the inside, but to no avail. And Larson still trying to make his way past Stoyanov, but
he does.
Stoyanov, I think, no, does he?
Yeah, Larson just got ahead of Stoyanov. That's Danchev he's trying to fight off.
He did get to a set of Stoyanov in the end.
Yeah,
right. Oh, goodness me, that is so close. Casey is under pressure from Danchev, though. A bit of contact, though. And Larson will join along suit. Is it going to be a double overtake contact onto the side? It will not be. He is knocked down 3 positions, and Pinnock will have the inside line coming through turn 3 upcoming. Super, super close. And you can see there, Larson is just in a boxed in between TCRs all around and does escape from Pinnock at the end, but still holds on to 7th. I cannot believe this. There's still 15 minutes to go, and there's still such exciting racing going on.
This is lap number 4. This is lap number 4, and all these top 10 cars are still bunched up. Larson's still ahead of Kessis and Pinnock, trying to get as many points as possible. Willie gets ahead of Stoyanov. Aiden briefly going off track, still trying to keep it up with Jordan Danchev. Kessis gaining a few fractions of a second behind, as does Jordan Pinnock in 8th place. Coming around the corkscrew, meet the teacher, Alex Hughes, Danchev, Larson, and the rest. Coming in, might have seen a bit of contact as well. Stoyanov into 9th, gets into 8th place as well. Kessis down into 9th, Willie in 10th place. Jordan Pinnock in 7th as well. Okay, we got a few placement changes coming up as well. Is Larson to Danchev. Stoyanov ahead of Kessis again. Coming into this next turn, they are still grouped up here as well. Wooly and Kessis briefly contact. Dystopian takes over fastest lap in 2nd place. Still going at it is him and Thomas Hughes. Wooly in 10th place, trying to hold on. He's got action from Archie O'Leary, trying to catch up to Kessis as well. Going into turn 1, bumper-to-bumper contact. Wooly gonna try and get around here. He's briefly got 9th, but he might lose out as well. Here come, 12th through 11th as well. Dystopian takes over 1st place from Thomas Hughes. Meet the Teacher is joining into this back as well. Alex Hughes a little bit farther back. This is lap number 5. Aiden Larson, purple sector 1, gets past Danchev finally into the top 5. Larson wants the treble. We've got contact everywhere. This is incredible. We're not even halfway through. We've still got more than 12 minutes left of this show. Larson trying to catch up to Meet the Teacher, who has lost out 4th place. Or no, he lost 3rd place to Alex Hughes, rather. Thomas Hughes is losing time to Dystopian as well. Larson is gaining. He does not have ballast. He can easily take over 4th place from Meet the Teacher. This gap is shrinking, and it is shrinking fast.
I cannot believe what I'm watching. And Larson is definitely catching to the top 5. The biggest gap here, Thomas Hughes is gapping to just a 1.4. And there you go, the fastest lap to all the more prove that Larson is the fastest man on track. Having not to worry about Danchev, Stoyanov and company. He is clearly a man on a mission, and with about 10 minutes, well, just over 10 minutes left to go, plus a couple of laps, Larson can well and truly do what I thought was impossible and go from P10 to P1 in Laguna Seca. That would honestly be quite an impressive feat, although the drivers upcoming will make it a little bit difficult for Larson to clinch it. Meet the Teacher, Hughes, Alex, Thomas and Alex, and Dystopian, but this battle between Hughes and Meet the Teacher will allow Aiden to swiftly join in out from the exit on turn 5. Approaching over down for turn 6, and the battle will continue. It doesn't. They go back to a single file line and approach to the corkscrew, though. Although, is that a bit too much of overcommitment there by Meet the Teacher? It will be, and Larson gets it in up into 4th place. He might even make it a double overtake before the corkscrew. Look at this sheer commitment! Wow. Way too much commitment! Way too much commitment! Larson goes off!
Oh my goodness gracious! Oh, that's gotta be shades of last season. He had made such a large comeback in one race last season as well, only to just bin it at the end. Oh, he's bottling it harder than Arsenal, the poor guy.
What is it with these references?
I don't know. I know ball, okay? Coming across the line, Meet the Teacher, followed by Thomas Hughes and Jordan Danchev. This lead changes faster than my mood when I don't have my anxiety medications. Coming around now, Thomas Hughes overtaking briefly Jordan Danchev. Coming across here, no contact here as well. Some interesting line changes as well. Danchev is gonna give up, or is he? Or is he? Managing to come back into it. He holds on. Danchev holding on against Thomas Hughes, keeping 4th place for the time being. Hughes still about half a second behind Danchev. Stoyanov is now into 6th place as well. He's come back in his own right too. Oh my gosh, this is. We're more than halfway done now. We are more than halfway done now. There has been so much action in this race. I'm with you. I cannot believe what I am witnessing right now.
Finally got back to single file racing. It's taken a very long while to get to that point from all the, bumper to bumper and side by side action that we're seeing. It's kind of a little bit good for us commentators, and I suppose for the drivers as well, to have that bit of breathing room and to just regrip, rethink, and re-strategize for the rest of the race. Although Stoyanov, looking down to the inside of Thomas Hughes, maybe wants to bite the bullet early. Coming out from the final corner, is it going to be a bit enough? I think Hughes might have the slipstream, but you can just see there Danchev does move further back. That is Pinnock and Larson also going to go side by side, and to Meet the Teacher and Hughes, I think that was. Go side by side. Goodness me, down into turn 1. They're going to go. Danchev surely will have through a better one, I think. Should be able to. Barely holds it in, Hughes does. But I think Stoyanov is the one that doesn't. Yeah, I was confusing between the two. One of the players that which is massively unfortunate. 8 minutes and a half to go, Ozzy.
Yes, absolutely incredible stuff. Hughes has he's given up a few positions as of late, namely to a few Bulgarians as well, trying to get back into it. Stoyanov and Danchev back to back in 4th and 5th. Meet the Teacher in 3rd place as well. We've still got action between 4th and onward. The top 3 seems to have settled out for the most part as well. Coming in is Aiden Larson in 7th place, trying to make up that extra quarter. Brief skid, but holding on is Meet the Teacher. Coming in, bringing up the rear as well, too, is Jordan Pinnock in 8th place. Stoyanov trying to make a move on his fellow countrymen, trying to get around here. This turn here, okay, and we have, oh my goodness gracious, Meet the Teacher still, it's a miracle they're in 3rd place at this point. Aiden Larson trying to make a move on Thomas Hughes, going into the final turn of the lap. Start-finish straight time, has 6th place. Is he going to be able to hold on to this new position? For the time being, he will. Hughes might be lining up and overtaking take 1, or in turn 1. Goodness gracious, coming around this first turn. Hard on the brakes. I saw Danchev and Stoyanov side by side. Brief contact as well there from Larson and Hughes. And Pinnock is able to make up time and potentially battle for 6th place. This is oh my gosh, you can't fit much more action onto this. Oh my gosh.
Hughes and Pinnock side by side. Gonna go over through turn 4, getting super close. Hughes does not want to go. Oh, he's gone off onto the gravel. That will surely allow for Pinnock to get into 7th. And indeed it will do so. And that has hindered Thomas Hughes' progression. Still Dystopian leads. Alex Hughes 3.3 seconds off. And then it's Meet the Teacher 2.3. Then you got Stoyanov, Danchev, Larson, Pinnock, and Hughes.
Oh my gosh. It's just everywhere you look, something's happening. You're not able to catch your breath. We've still got 6.5 minutes left of this. Coming in, Aiden Larson, trying to gain more time on Danchev. The ballast difference could very much be that difference maker. Pinnock is losing time on Larson, who is still holding on to 6th place. Coming into the big sweeping turn around he goes. Coming in hot into the next turn as well. I'm not even saying much. I'm speaking Japanese at this point. Aiden Larson into the final turn. Still has to make up more time on Jordan Danchev, who is seemingly gotten a little bit of a gap ahead. Is he going to improve on that fast lap? He is not at the time. but it looks like looks like crashing in the background. Stoyanov trying to make a move on Meet the Teacher, unsuccessful. Still has to worry about Danchev to his rear, coming into the next couple of turns here, taking the outside route. Danchev in the middle in terms of longitude, but he's okay. Brief bump as well too. Stoyanov somehow handling his own here, holding on to. He had gone off as well and managed to hold on as well. And he's going around the outside here of Meet the Teacher. Very well defended so far. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Going side by side with Danchev and Larson behind them. Could go 3 wide should the cards fall where they may. Stoyanov briefly off as well, trying to make a move. Danchev in the middle, 3 wide. Danchev, what a move! It's going to be Danchev in third. Stoyanov is on the outside trying to make a move. He gets into 4th place. A double Bulgarian special against Meet the Teacher. Holy Moses! Every mistake is being punished in real time. Danchev into the podium. Larson is
going to try and make it 3 positions lost in 2 sectors for Meet the Teacher, and you can definitely see that has really impacted his momentum heavily. Impressive though, 2 overtakes in the lead up to the corkscrew, and no one collided. That's the most impressive thing that I've seen thus far, Ozzy.
With no collisions, that has got to be some of the cleanest. Oh my god, it's just incredible stuff. They're keeping it clean as well. Meanwhile, Pinnock trying to make a move now on Meet the Teacher. It might just be open season for our educational overlords of the system. Coming around, Pinnock is still on the edge as well, trying to make up that 1/4 of a second. Still holding on to third is Danchev. Meanwhile, Aiden Larson into 4th. Meet the Teacher side by side. Stoyanov. Jordan Pinnock trying to capitalize on this. Danchev's just going to run away with it for now. Larson still holding on. Stoyanov is still holding on. Pinnock with a brief bump. Stoyanov going outside. Might open up a move for Meet the Teacher into 5th place. For the time being, they're still side by side. Stoyanov still leading those 3 into the turn. Danchev has a comfortable lead. And what a navigation there by Meet the Teacher, trying to get some semblance of time on Stoyanov. Brief bit of breathing room for the time coming around the turn there. Jordan Pinnock managed to make up a few extra fractions of a second as well. Meet the Teacher, and Dystopian's just gotten that fastest lap back as well here. Meet the Teacher still trying to make moves on Stoyanov, maybe ride the slipstream. It looks like not going to happen. Stoyanov is just pulling away from Meet the Teacher. Might be able to make it up, hopefully, on this turn as well. Not going to be done there. It's going to be a growing gap between these racers. I don't know if... might be a little bit of time made up there. Difference in line, potentially. We got 2.5 minutes left of this absolutely outstanding race.
Yeah, completely outstanding is the words that I would also agree with you, Ozzy. I mean, the fact that there's just been so much action, especially in amongst this midfield for the top 10, it's still not overdone yet. You can just see there, looking over for Stoyanov as he's trying to punch his way up, to defend from Larson, who might slowly start catching up. He split the Bulgarians apart and will look to capitalize with another one. And Pinnock can Meet the Teacher, still in breathing room amongst one another. With under 2 minutes left to go, there's still positions at risk here.
Yep, and it's, less than 2 minutes. So much can change in that short span of time here as well. Danchev had a purple Sector 1 here as well this late in the race. Larson trying to make up all the time he can to get into the podium. He doesn't, I don't know if he's going to be getting himself the treble as the time is still ticking downwards. Danchev is still going up and holding on for the time being. It's Larson still a second behind Danchev. I don't know how comfortable Danchev can afford to be here, as Larson can definitely make up time in, no time at all. Coming into this next couple of turns here in Sector 1 here. Coming in and still holding on. It looks like the racers decided to finally settle down for now. Not sure what action we can really fit on the end there as well. Sorry, I saw a car on the side there. Larson making up, trying to get some time ahead of Danchev. He's got 3/4 of a second. Could end up getting into the podium with this half of a minute remaining in the regulation of this race. Coming around the big sweeping left-hander. Still just gonna hold on to 4th place. My words have been absolutely robbed from me in real time. Somehow, some way, they finally settle down this late. Larson about half of a second, though, separating him and Danchev for 3rd place. We have hit the end of regulation. The leader, Dystopian, has 2 laps left to go and 5-6 seconds of time ahead of 2nd place in Alex Hughes. Larson across the line. No change in the fastest lap so far. Still holding on to 4th place. Stoyanov is now a good 2.25 behind. And Larson making up ground. Objects in your mirror may be closer than they appear. Coming around this next turn. About 1/4 second. Not sure what Aiden has planned for this final couple of laps here, as it is very, very close for comfort if you're Jordan Danchev. They're on the final lap, trying to get around, make up this time. Larson is getting closer and closer. Could be a photo finish for 3rd place if the cards fall just right. Stoyanov trying to make up some time here, take advantage of this contact. Danchev going a little bit wide, but corrects it quickly into this big sweeping left-hander. Larson staying behind, hunting down his prey. Into the corkscrew they go. And a little bit made up. Larson still hanging with Danchev, trying to get more fractions of a second taken off. Almost nose to nose at this point. The breathing room's definitely there. Danchev is holding on to his own. Dystopian ready to cross the line and is going to be victorious here at Laguna Seca Race 2. Alex Hughes behind for 2nd place, followed by Jordan Danchev. Larson in 4th, Stoyanov in 5th, Meet the Teacher and Jordan Pinnock in 6th and 7th. Thomas Hughes about to cross the line with Kessis behind. Josh Woolley in 10th place, rounding out the top 10. Goodness gracious. Archie O'Leary, Raul Yagas, Adam Bent, Josh Hughes, and John B. will round out your race scorers. John B. about to cross the line, getting himself 1 point. I guess that's all you really need in this series. We got Lucas Vandenberg in 16th place. Massive improvement over the last one as well. Coming into this section here as well. About to finish it up here. What a race we have witnessed. Oh man.
That was incredible. Larson honestly just needed 1 or 2 corners, and 3rd place would have been his.
Yeah, but the time ran out, and goodness gracious, this was absolutely some of the most cinematic stuff I have ever seen. I cannot, for the life of me, begin to describe what I have witnessed on this day. Holy moly. And
I'm honestly surprised just how well Dystopian honestly held on to the lead. I think that was honestly the biggest surprise, especially when you consider the top 4 was so really tight, and I thought maybe Dystopian may not have it. I think that also might have thought this time or not.
Yeah, that also validates too the battles that he'd been having with John B for 10th place as well. That's just how much that sort of butterfly effect can come into play. So it's that's really all it boils down to, I guess you could say. I'm not sure who we've got. We've got some post-race interviews as well with some of our victorious racers. I think I think we should hear from Dystopian first. Let's bring him in.
All of the left camber.
Dystopian, congratulations on that race win.
Thank you. Probably should have had a podium last week, but we got there in the end.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it was really. Would you say that the battle with John B for 10th place in the first race, that might have been the catalyst behind this?
Yeah, I think that was the goal for race one. Was kind of after all of the shenanigans that happened throughout. I was kind of saw P10. I was like, right, that's where we're going to end up, hopefully. And then I was kind of thinking I might be able to drive off, and I managed to in the end. So all's well that ends well.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this, but you arguably had the most boring race 2 experience within the top 15.
So yeah, it sounded quite chaotic back there. I think I had a good battle in the race one, so
yeah,
at least one good battle in the entire thing.
You had 5 seconds ahead of Alex Hughes, and meanwhile, third all the way down to 10th was just it was we could not catch our breaths. I don't want to say you got scammed, but you know. But yeah, I mean, it's got to feel good though too, because you've had a missed out on podiums as well, but you've been scoring points, trying to stay consistently in here as well. Do you think this might be the first of many?
I hope so. Although with the ballast, it could become rather interesting. It's the Thruxton next week, which could be quite long. With I'm going to get a lot of ballast. I imagine for a better part of 100 kilo. So.
Well, I mean, at least other racers will also be getting some ballast in here as well. So, yeah, I guess that's really the sort of thing to look up for. So,
yeah, tactical ballast taking is going to become a thing.
Yeah, very much. You gotta play that 3D chess, my man. All right, well, Dystopian, again, congrats on the race win. We will see you at Thruxton.
Indeed you will.
Yes, have a good one.
Cheers.
Think let's bring in Jordan Pennick, our alumni winner. Jordan.
Hello again.
Hello again. I mean, not a podium, but you're still on top in the alumni class. You've certainly had an experience.
Yeah, you could say that. It was chaos from start to finish. Much fun.
You had to deal with everybody. You were on the back half of this like 5-car pack of just overtaking a who's who of just people you'd expect to see on the first place. Just remember though, you got to win last season. You're not exempt from this.
It's coming. Don't worry, it's coming. If I'd actually practiced this week, I reckon I would have been a bit quicker, but I had, as always, about an hour's practice, so we'll blame that.
Are you throwing some shade? Are you throwing some shade at some people?
Not at all. I'm just saying that I'm lazy.
You know what? Fair enough. But yeah, I think I mean, some of the battle. Would you say that race 1 or race 2 was more hectic for you? Because both of them were.
I mean, race 2, I would say, as a whole, was more hectic. There was so much more going on.
Well, yeah.
But race 1 at the end, I was pretty flat out trying to catch up with. I think it was Raoul and Meet the Teacher.
Yes.
Trying to keep up with those two at the end. That was really fun. Whereas race 2 was just start to finish chaos.
Yeah, I mean, I guess chaos is the new norm in this day and age, but yeah. Do you think you'll do well at Thruxton?
I would like to think so. I think I should be okay there.
Okay, so maybe like about on par. Are you suggesting potentially another 7th place finish in the cards for you?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I'd like to be top 5 again. I mean, my goal here is to win alumni. That's what I'm going for this season, and so far I've got the pace to do it.
You do.
So it's just a case of keeping it up now.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've definitely got your work cut out for you. I mean, I hope it pays off in the end for you.
Same here.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see you at Thruxton, Jordan. Great to hear from you again.
Yep. Great to be back.
Yep.
Cheers all.
Yeah. Cheers all. All right. We've got Jordan Danchev as well. Dachkoi coming in hot.
Hello.
So, oh my goodness gracious, you've had a day.
Yep, you could say so.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, I think Jordan, if I'm keeping it about considering your performance last week, I think you may have been the biggest surprise of this race. Like, was there anything that changed in your strategy, or did you just adapt better to Laguna Seca, or?
Well, it's a bit of both actually, because I generally really like Laguna Seca. It's a very nice track to drive. It's a very fluent. I can say I'm pretty consistent to it. Also, I can say that my teammate actually was a huge help this time. He's kind of, say, the brains of the operation.
Oh,
we used to practice. We practiced like the whole week, and he kind of helped me set up the car to where I'm comfortable with it. So huge thanks to him.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's not uncommon to see the two you going back to back. So I guess that's why a little bit of scheming between the two of you.
Yeah.
But no, you get second place in qualifying. You manage to snatch Aiden's chain multiple times and a double podium finish. So how does that feel?
Oh, it feels amazing. It was so overdue to be back here, to be honest.
I mean, I kind of agree. I do agree as well. But I mean, that race, though, it's coming though, isn't it?
I hope so.
I hope so for your sake too.
Man, I've had like 3-4 podiums so far.
Yeah,
like in my total racing career here in BUSR.
You're definitely putting up a case for the overall win, though. So I guess if you keep this up, thoughts on Thruxton?
Oh man, if you remember last season, I had my best result at the Norris Ring, and then we went to a British track, Croft.
Yes,
where I was absolutely like the worst at it. So I'm not gonna say anything. I just hope I do well.
You know what? Fair enough. Well, great racing. Great to hear back from you, and best of luck in Thruxton.
Goodbye, boys. Have a nice one.
Yeah, take it easy. And let's bring in Aiden Larson. Wrap this whole thing up. Well. I think we've seen this movie before, haven't we, Aiden?
Oh, maybe. It seems familiar.
It seems familiar. I mean, so is this just a thing where it's like the planned second stint, something's going on? Like Sonoma, it was you had a no-show. What was wrong at Sydney for you?
My power brick for the steering wheel makes funny electronic sounds. It's not very happy being plugged in. If you have a look in general chat later on, you'll see my zip tie method for keeping it plugged in properly. Technical difficulties on the first race, but it's worked out in a sense. Well, it did make some scary noises when I was trying to fix it up, but it's been silent for the whole race, so I'm going to assume it's okay. I just can't unplug it anymore because it is zip tied together. That's not a problem. They'll be all right. That's a future me issue.
That's true. I mean, you seem to have gotten your swagger back, especially in qualifying in race 1. 4th place, though, in race 2. I mean, take us through that.
Oh, well, one of the issues of not having a power brick is not being able to do practice. I found out the very hard way that going on the inside to the corkscrew, your brakes don't work particularly well. So, just trying to avoid a wall. I graciously gave back a few places. Long story short, I didn't want to hit the wall. And so that lost me a good couple of places, that.
I mean, well, now you've got to worry about ballast, and I guess no Lorenzo does not mean no problem per se, because you were sandwiched. Oh God!
That is in fact fixed.
I did not think we could put that on screen. I was gonna say you've got a problems. You were sandwiched between a pair of Shestogram Racing Bulgarians as well in Dachkoy and Lyubomir. So how has it been fighting against them?
Very good. I will say my lack of practice made for some interesting maneuvers on my side, so hopefully next week will be a bit better. But it's nice having competition. I will say these cars, compared to Vigianetta's last series, they don't need a lot of tuning to go fast. It has brought everyone so much closer together. So I need to try even harder to try and keep in front. And it's not proving easy. So, I'm trying to find time of a tune. It's not simple.
Well, I mean, you ended up getting some swag back. I mean, ignore the fact that, Jordan snatched your chain like twice in qualifying. You got that. You got that win.
Yeah, I think I could have gone on a 29 time, but it just wasn't, the stars weren't aligning for it, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But it was made a lot easier by the fact I had 0 kilos of ballast. So I had much easier time this race.
So, but when you get your ballast on, we're going to start having a bit of a conversation here?
I certainly think it's going to get closer. That is for sure. I don't know how it's going to react yet. I haven't tested these cars for ballast.
No, I'm not going to say Ginetta GT4 Merchant, but,
Well, we'll see. I think the GT4s were slightly more exclusive with the ballast because you could kind of tune it out. But with these, especially as we saw like Josh's car when I was heading behind me, him going up the hill, the speed difference, just because of that weight, is mental. So I'm not looking forward to that.
Well, I mean, a new challenge for you to overcome, right?
Yeah, well, that's what racing's all about. Here to have fun and here to experience things. So, hopefully we can figure out what's going to go on with it.
Well, with that, best of luck to you at Thruxton. Enjoy the win, and hopefully you can figure out, how to not have to use a zip tie for the weird thing. But,
I could, but they do such a good job. I think I'm just going to leave them there. Looks better that way too. It's a bit more personalised now.
You're taking it hostage.
Exactly. It's not escaping. No more power issues.
The Australian way of solving things. Zip tie your problems.
What can I say? It works wonderfully.
Exactly. Well, with that, we're going to let you go, Aiden. So great to hear from you again. Best of luck in the next race. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'll see you around.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, that wraps up round 2 of the spring series for our producer Doomskull and for Amir Oates. I'm Ozzy Vaughn. We will see you next Monday at Thruxton. All of you at home, thank you for watching and have a great rest of your Monday evening. Peace out.
Yes.
and no moment in history where I could stand and say, Arithmetic begins here, now.